Gidi base, I can Gidi Gala, Umali Keba, Trashel Keba, Zudi Keba. I hate the she or that in Gidi, but that's some gentlemen there, but you bet you can't. But I can Gidi base. Semjin Kula, Chorime Padam. They are Yama Lakanta with the Maimba. Ning Taban of Bachete, Shao Vision, Rundin Nipercuji, Star, Big Pageant, Misugore, the Vechode, Arthur Tutuchi, Villa, Bed, Tutuba, Lemache ways, two Zebricuji, Stivala, Sem Matua Truagile, New Movie, Touch Bed, Hanan Dutch and Zebache, the Misura, Chesumba, Double Down. 체가왔다고 구시아까라 세충원 더바시 마중 건조기 장을 초바지 션방수 툴라제바 강 마둘라 지지베세 로아 군기 동알 닌 난도 나부티 치 인더발라 레와징기 나와지 하나 중수 보다 좋습니다. 오늘 장지세가 인더발라 장지기 semna combat 투침볼래. 파리나 라마체나 맨나 칼바게스 네고 니심 장주 초선 디세티아 소나 지제 센팅 텐제바 같이 주는게 다 제가 원하이나 아니 거래텐제 주고 삼발 장주세라 투 combat 정보에 장주세나 디에다 이 공부에 나야 자주 있음 기선은 또 이 대화 좀 하는데 어느 정도 줘야 되는 거야. 어떻게 있을까? 어떻게 되는가 오늘 나도 자주 있음 세인데 나 오늘 그때이나 지 살때 얘네야도 공부하실래? 얘네야도 기체베이나 이런 거 어떻게 이거라? 이용 왔잖아. 닌 타파니 오늘 가지 메신저 다저기 뭐를 써놓다 아니 데리 좀더기 로지 삼 방관 뺐네 정말
Now the next root text, value and encompassing and far-reaching practice. This one and the previous one, transform everything into great vehicle path. These two are not in some other root text. As we have mentioned before, there are some slight differences in the root text, but this is in our kind of book and this root text. Value and encompassing and far-reaching practice. Training in the awakening mind also should not be biased towards such a few beings, but should indiscriminately encompass all beings of the four types of birth. So 4 types of birth, the births from mother's womb, and births from egg, births from moisture, and births from miracles. This is the same way of saying as all sentient beings. It should not be disingenuous like a fisherman's visit to a temple, but practice sincerely from the depths of your heart. As Shapopa said, may they all ripen together collectively, and may they all be worn out through grinding. On his deathbed, Chakawa said, Sechungwai, I could not fulfill my wishes, but please place an offering to the 3 jewels on the altar. When asked what his unfulfilled wishes has been, he said, I wish to experience the suffering of all sentient beings, like a pall of black smoke over my heart, whereas I only experience a vision of the blissful land. So the point here, as the root text says, the practice that you do of awakening mind or bodhicitta, altruistic mind, it should be far-reaching and encompassing. Basically, it spread equally towards every sentient beings. It shouldn't be biased or disingenuous or partial. And in the practice of generating, developing altruistic or awakening mind, it is important to kind of thinking extending as much as one can to all sentient beings and thinking about their suffering, and then kind of benefiting every sentient beings and trying to liberate and help all sentient beings. So kind of it is important to encompass and far-reaching practice is needed. In His Holiness teachings, he teachings on stages of Padlamrim, he says that practice of awakening altruistic mind, this itself will help us to accumulate positive merits, and this practice itself will also help to eliminate and purify all obstacles and obscurations. So therefore, this generating and developing and practice of altruistic or awakening mind is kind of extremely powerful. And as we mentioned before, even wisdom realizing emptiness, if it is not backed up by altruistic mind, then wisdom realizing emptiness won't become an antidote for subtlest obscurations of cognitive obscurations. So in order to eliminate cognitive obscurations and its imprints, wisdom of emptiness shouldn't be alone. It should be accompanied by this awakening or altruistic mind. That also shows the power of altruistic or awakening mind.
창나 양외 유연된 양외 다진 배비 위조 사진 뭐는 답은 자우 상와다 도수도 어다때 뭐니 이 위조 넘좀 랍시야 돼 다음에 아주 지견디 여기 신경다도 배 라마상보다를 잡아서야 돼 지견 남기 신경 소소 땡겨 구와 체 소소에 배 자주기 생기는 동화 이제 연된 동화원에 대박해 봐 애니는 남지요 싫어 애니 때다 좀지요 봐 어때 되게 잘나 애니다 뭐니 자주기 생다 하게 제통과 이들의 위주로 남성 랍세야 돼 뭐니 아주 빈두 땡과에 차고 알지
Seek for the three principal causes. In the Papunga's common principal causes, as the first one is meeting with the good spiritual teacher, and second is suitable thought or attitude, and third one having adequate external facilities such as clothing and food. Suitable thought here refers to your thought on which you have complete control. So if you want to engage that thought in the practice of altruism, you can totally do it, and externally you don't have any lacking of food or clothing that is needed for the practice. So and Papunga comes up with many of his teachings through his own kind of experiences of the practice of this altruistic mind or awakening mind. Reading this book here, whatever practice of hearing, contemplation or meditation you do in general, particularly having entered the practice of mind training, if you possess the inner condition of life as a free and fortunate human being endowed with the good qualities of faith, discriminating awareness, effort, and so forth, the condition of having formed a warm and honest relationship with the spiritual master, who is delighted to take care of you under circumstances, if you have access to such facilities as food and clothes in moderation, then it may turn out as did the meeting of the great Atisha and Dromtempa. So here also talks about kind of three principal cause, external cause as meeting with the warm and honest spiritual teacher. Internal condition is a human being endowed with the good qualities of faith, having a wisdom, intelligence, making effort. Those are internal qualities. And then external, the third quality is kind of external qualities, is like having facilities as food and clothes in moderation. So these are the three principal causes. Discriminating awareness or wisdom refers to ability to differentiate what is a positive and a negative. Evidently, if you are missing one of these conditions indicated by inadequate improvement in your understanding, you should endeavor to accumulate positive qualities as causes and pray that your knowledge will increase like the waxing moon. We will stop here and you can ask questions if you have. Any questions? If there are no questions, there's somebody. Yeah, sure.
Is it harder to practice Buddhism today than it was, say, around the time that was first conceived by the Buddha?
나온주 냠lenche di tuju chane tanda tande kabla nyamlen che le la yo re yamna sangye she shuwe kablo de kablo nangchu nyamlen che de le la yo re sa tu ju chane
뒤기 전에 따다 뒤니마 살아와. 상기 자주고 가라. 뒤 상보래. 뒤 레라야. 뒤 에네페 상기 다 상계변에 좀에 롱아게는 뒤기기 유지 거래. 그 오늘 냠렌제는 뒤 에네페 사실 냠렌제는 가서래. 진이 다 다전다 치원다 치원다 근데 다전에 뒤부터 해야 돼. 레라비 오늘 도구에서 다전기 아니 너무들이 너무 좀 미소시다 추를 하나가 또 니마가 되기 선전이 너무 라래 가려 타요 뒤뒤냐는 답변은 돈바지도 많아 사실 개동기 돈바지 중하다 단디 나지 중나 파인도 단단 나지 중데 반제요 그래서 송도와 근데 텔레폰나 냐는 가르치베나 카가도 요래 냐는 집에 있나
generally in terms of kind of timing, this timing, our timing is considered as a timing of degenerations. There are 5 degenerations, and compare our timing back to Buddha's time. 500 years after Buddha's time, it is considered as there are different stages. That's 500-year period is called a period of accomplishment. Basically, within those 500 years, we see lots of practitioners attaining what we call Four Destroyer, able to destroy or eliminate completely all negative emotions. And we see lots of people actually attaining, liberations or all different kinds of, realizations. And so as the time kind of move forwards into us, time becomes kind of considered as getting worse, and therefore attaining realizations and result as compared to Buddha's time, nowadays it's much more difficult. We see much less, realizations. However, in terms of benefits, the result, if you compare kind of, if you manage to hold one vow as compared to, one kind of one part of vow as compared to somebody who is, holding that entire vow in Buddha's time, the benefit is much greater in this time. So therefore, in terms of difficulties, it is much more difficult. The emotions, our time is considered as much more kind of grosser, much more manifested, much more stronger, thicker than during the periods of Buddha's time. So therefore, it's difficult to attain results. But however, even the smallest positive merits that we create has much more bigger impact than those Buddha's time.
Thank you. Buddhism is usually described as a non-theistic religion, but here we are surrounded by these tankas of all these deities, and for some of the new people, maybe Geshe-la could tell people what the deities represent in a non-theistic religion. You have a god separate from man, and this ultimate power, controls everything. And in that sense, Buddhism would be considered non-theistic.
The reason why I'm asking is obviously, are you asking a question with the thought of, Krishna understanding or with the thought of Buddhist view?
Well, I want a Buddhist view. but if Geshe-la has some insight on Christian understanding too, that would be cool too. That'd be great.
tajikden chebabo de las da lag da jige mi kyuma khaga yimba do chida da jige ani hlagi khala gore dinde chi de gol nang be na ol dinde randa de go ma de ne da nang be na ol da hada ku da thanga da dama na mang bo shoro da ko jo me on dinde ji mang bo de da da de la ya khala gore nang be ne de se ja dan khal do shoro lo
그래서 지진 제법을 이시지지 말해. 우리는 안 지진 제법을 되고 남가 망벌. 아니 주지 무슬림지 그래서 가만 지진 제법을 되는 거 아니야. 근데 이게 라고 해요. 말에 강가에는 인간 제를 가지 말라는 제를 써야 되고 수세다 마음만 그런 게 야 알라지 수수지 아직 되지 않아야 돼. 갖고 그래서 그다 근데 왕기 차버렸어. 다 뭐에 내지 남바 상기게 최탐제 와 생기지 봐 말해. 수수수 부모만인 빌리기 남인 좋아해. 세계가라 수수수 레기 앞에 지 내기 지대나 레옹기 두가래. 랑기 들이나 레옹기 두가래. 이 인류가 수수이나 급이나 수수 야고시잖아. 수수 상기 고건 두개 요래 시기가 좋아하시는 거 말하시다. 지든 좀 보면 민족이나 제부가 누구 말에 남반 누구 말에 아니 가래 얘기한 분도 말에 가지
그런 저들 때 탕가달 한번 보더니 도서 된소 칸디 스테이지 오래로 된소다 걸어 오르면 안서 주면
인두스네 가슴이야 가자다 민족이 대나는 단 넘바기 다 예수 개발 가래요 그래서 이거라 셈데 젠다이나 안마스데 셈데 넘버 2가 되고 와 된두 이제 보면 만되냐 셈데도 되겠다 남베 셈데 미타파레 셈데는 주와타네 상기사 너야 요르데 율칭이 그따페 근데 이거가 탈라마나마나마나 요야 돼 소소 셈진기 자기 와서다 이신화 카나 야와링마 세야서 누시니까 야와치 살고 뒤뒤가라 제리즈 타고이나 저 탐제기 세와주스 두바데 제리즈 차도르존이나 님바주스 두네 엔자베안 템바주스 두네 아니 좀데 멜라즈나 좀데 라니 상게니 아니베 네세야서 멘베 구장제니 멘바두스 멘도수 인자 와다 멜라스다 두스제네 두스네 남베 두스니 이제 시켜봐 있어 아직 고페 부모마인데 가게 젤리 기차는 말하지 남바 템바르마다 오지리 자와 탐제 유치니 보내 로지리 있어 저든 두게 남바 말하지 템바
you know, those who believe in the concept of creator, of course, it's not only Christianity. There are many other major faiths like Hindu, you know, believe in creator, Islam, you know, Allah and Muhammad, and Jewish Jew, and but the Buddhist concept related to the you know, the creation is that Buddhist believe in the you know, the unique karmic action, and everything depends on, you know, the karmic action that one creates. both external environment as well as individual's thought. Both are the result of past or preceded karmic actions, and and those who believe in concept of non-creator, they are whole another group of faith or religion such as Jainism, Inumirators or Sankhya, and those they don't believe in the concept in creator like Buddhism, but however they interpret or they believe in what they called soul, which is permanent, which is eternal. Again, here Buddhism don't believe or interpret that kind of soul which is permanent, eternal, independent, single, or unity. Buddhist understanding is very much based on the lack of independent or lack of permanent self and soul, and because of different mental dispositions or thoughts or attitude of disciples, there are different necessities each and every sentient beings, and for that to benefit sentient beings or living beings, we see different kind of manifestations of enlightened being. Although we say that intrinsically, innately they are same, but they comes in many different manifestations, such as when we have compassion of all Buddhas put together in one form, that would be Buddha of compassion, Avalokiteshvara, which we see on the four-handed is the one manifestation. And likewise, if potential or energy of all Buddhas is expressed in one images or one form, that would be Buddha of Vajradhara, holder of Vajra. And likewise, when we have all wisdom of Buddhas put together and expressed in one form or one image, that would be Buddha of wisdom, Manjushri. So in that way, we see different kind of images or manifestations of different enlightened beings, and they have different roles and functions, to perform. But when we go back, what is the true nature of all those enlightened beings, and we say that they all are basically kind of one, having a one or same nature. And likewise, they are, the deity or Buddhas of a long life in different forms and manifestations. So if you rely for them, there is a benefit of having a long, healthy life. And likewise, most common, female enlightened deity or Buddha, Tara, is considered as enlightened in the form of a female body, especially beneficial in kind of seeking, benefits, seeking help for, accomplishing any kind of activities, and it's considered as a very kind of quick in giving a response. So when we see all these different manifestations, one point we see is that it's up to individual, to attain realizations or enlightenment or Buddhahood, um, there's no distinction or differences of who and what you are. Because of Buddhist fundamental belief in having a Buddha nature potential, not only for human, let alone gender and races and nationalities or ethics differences, but even small insects, as long as they he or she is living being, it has a potential to attain enlightenment. So that gives actually has a great message in there. And depending on the practitioner's realizations and experiences, and having visions of different deities or enlightened beings, even just for Tara, female deity, has many different forms and expressions, and that is something could happen, and something that is possible. Thank you. Hawe kowe shingam te pendang de wo mali jungwe ne chere singwang tenzin ya zoe shawe se de badu den yuji jambo po jidara jambo kondo sambo de a de jen de te ta kungi je so lo lo jin yo de da tam je ro do mo te sum she ben ya wa wa kan la cho do nga wa de la shin ge we za wa de gu ja sambo chen je ro do mo wa in the land and the circle by snow white mountains, the source of all happiness and benefits flows in a person, charity tends in Gyatso, remain until samsara ends. Just as the bodhisattva must usually attain omniscience and samandabhata too, so now I to dedicate these merits to train and follow in their footsteps. As all the victorious Buddhas of past, present and future praise dedication to the Supreme, so now I to dedicate the source of my merit for all beings to perfect good actions.